humans, it's just Martine, and it's time to read some Dollar Tree books. A couple months ago, my friend Danielle said the craziest thing. She was like, what if all of 2024 I exclusively read nonfiction books? And we were like, Danielle, that's a terrible idea. Why would you ever want to do that to yourself? And then we started making jokes. Oh, I only read one type of book for a year. This is the type of book it would be. And we decided that a month was a lot better than a year. So this October, we're doing what we've dubbed Chaos-tober. We've each picked a category, and we're just reading books that fit into that category. I have a long history of loving books from the Dollar Tree. I bought books from the Dollar Tree long before I started this channel, but since getting this channel, I have hauled many a Dollar Tree book. Because of that, I have lots of Dollar Tree books that I have not yet read. The goal of this month is to get that collection down by like a significant number of books. I do have a handful of exceptions to the only Dollar Tree rule. 1, book clubs that I always participate in, I can read those books. 2, books that I listen to while falling asleep. I'm not going to not let myself fall asleep listening to an audiobook just because I'm doing this challenge, you know? And 3, there's a very specific 12 TBRs video that I'm letting myself read books from as the very last thing I read before I fall asleep. So when I'm getting like tired and I'm getting to the point where like I'm almost asleep, then I can read books from that 12 TBRs video. And that's because that is one of the only 12 TBRs videos that has digital books, like ebooks for me to read. And I always read ebooks right before falling asleep because I read in the dark before I fall asleep. And I cannot read my Dollar Tree books in the dark. So I'm going to read my Dollar Tree book until I'm too tired to do it anymore. Then if I still feel up to it, I'll read a few pages of the 12 TBRs ebook, and then I'll fall asleep and listen to that audiobook that's not a Dollar Tree book. Make sense? Makes sense. If you want to fight me on any of these rules, don't. It's a silly little challenge. It's just for fun. It's currently Tuesday, and I would like to state for the record that my reading has taken a steep dive since the start of this challenge. I think that's partially because I've had like a really weird beginning of October health situation where like I felt terrible yesterday, I felt terrible today. I honestly didn't even do much schoolwork today. I spent a lot of day in bed watching Love is Blind because I was too unwell to like do things. I'm feeling better now, but just it's been weird. Here are the 2 Dollar Tree books I want to finish this week. Tumbleweeds. I've been reading this for a couple of days. I'm this far into it and really loving it so far. This is one of the oldest Dollar Tree books I have. It very much predates the existence of my channel. And I also mentioned it in a like, why haven't you read this book tag recently? So I'm actually gonna read it now. Isn't that fun? And then I have Your One and Only, which is the most recent book I picked up from the Dollar Tree. I bought this months ago after I moved down to grad school. And I was like, okay, I'm in grad school. I need to be saving money, but I was also like, I have very little room in my dorm room. So we're not gonna go crazy, even though there's a Dollar Tree in walking distance here, which is so tempting for me. So one book at a time. So I had to finish this book before I bought any other Dollar Tree books. Well, clearly I have not read this book yet. So now we're reading it. I'm only this far into it. I started it last night, and because I felt terrible today, I've like barely read anything today, but let's get to reading. It's Wednesday evening, and I'm gonna finish this book tonight, I think. On Wednesday evening, I finished reading Your One and Only by Adrian Finley, and I'm giving this 3.5 stars. This is a very typical YA dystopian story. I feel like there are some elements that are different. Obviously, each world is built slightly differently, but like the general theme of utopia is actually broken, rebel, leave is very much followed in this story. In this one, we're following 2 young people. One is technically a clone and one is a regular human being. And it's been several generations since human beings were wiped out and replaced with clones of the same 10 people over and over and over again. But now they're trying to introduce humans back into the pot. And it's not going well. Like there's conflict, but these 2 end up taking an interest in one another and things kind of go from there. The ending of this very much gave The Giver vibes. Like the ending of The Giver, this ending felt pretty similar to that. And again, it was nothing too crazy original, but it was fun, which I have to give it. Hence the 3.5. It was a good, fun time, good read. Nothing special. So that's on that. I actually did manage to finish a non-Dollar Tree book
that fits in my like list of exceptions this week, and that was American Predator, which is this nonfiction true crime book about Israel Keys, who's like a lesser known serial killer who was active in the United States in the early like 2000s. I'm giving this book 4 stars. I thought it was really interesting, and like I hadn't heard of Israel Keys before, so hearing the story about like how he was caught and the interviews that he had with the FBI and stuff was interesting. There were some errors made in that investigation, let me tell you. So 1 non-Dollar Tree book down. I have to say, Tumbleweeds by Layla Meacham was the surprise of the week. I'm giving this book 5 stars. Maybe it's a bit of a generous 5 stars, but I just enjoyed the process of reading this book so much. In this one, we're following 3 different kids, Kathy, John, and Trey, as they meet each other as children and grow up. So it's like kind of a historical, kind of a contemporary at the end because we go through the years and we see all the absolutely crazy stuff that happens in their lives and in their relationships with one another. I swear the ends of these chapters had me gasping, and there were things that I knew would come back to haunt specific characters later, but I never knew how or when. And so when they did, I was always shocked by it. So this was just a wild ride from start to finish, and I really enjoyed the setting. Like, it's football season here, and in this, like, 2 of the main characters, John and Trey, are football players, and so like there is quite a lot of football in this. I've been putting off this book for so long, and I shouldn't have. I should not have put it off for so long. Granted, I'm not sure I would have liked it if I hadn't read it in this moment in my life. So like, maybe it was just waiting for the perfect time, but regardless, it was the perfect time. I loved this book. Yay for Dollar Tree. The last book I finished this week was The Goodbye Summer by Sarah Van Name, and I'm giving this 3.5 stars. It's a YA summary contemporary about this girl. Her boyfriend is like a couple years older than her. He's 18, she's 16, and they're planning on running away at the beginning of the next school year, but this summer she's working at the gift shop of the local aquarium to try and save some money up for that, and there she meets a girl her age, Georgia, and becomes friends with her, and things kind of happen from there. I really like the setting of this. I really like the dynamic between the main character and Georgia, but there was nothing really special about this to me. I just thought it was like a fun time, but not much more, you know, which is good, but like, I'm not gonna give it a 5 stars for being that, you know, so 3.5 it is. And with that, I have completed the first week of Chaostober. I planned on getting 2 Dollar Tree books down the hatch. I actually got 3, so we're winning. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and comment down below, would you ever do a weird challenge like this where you only read 1 type of book in a month? And subscribe for more reading, writing, and college lifestyle content. And until next time, bye humans, bye!